Hello and welcome to PMC English. I'm your host Idris, and today we have a very special guest today, and she is none other than Master Pallavi. You're most welcome to our program, Pallavi ji.
Thank you.
आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. And the very first thing I would really love to know about you is about the book Mahavatar Babaji, the experiences. So how did it come in your mind?
Yeah, so we'll start with the book. Basically, it's been 2 years now for this book to release. We released in June 2019. And basically, it's an experience of mine with Babaji starting from my journey in 2009.
2009.
Yes, because till the time I do not know who is Babaji. So when it's all started in one of the spiritual trip where Patriji was there along with the 200 pyramid masters. Then I got introduced to Babaji, and the connection was very intense, was very faithful, and it taken to the greater heights year by year, and it landed on 2018 when he told me in the 2017 that I'm going to come to you in 2018 and tell my story, because there are many books you will see in the market about Babaji and many of the authors and masters who had wonderful experiences with him, but so far we did not get a book to know about the life of Babaji. So that was my question to him, that I do not know anything, because the thing started because I started animation with my team. So his message was to make an animation movie on his life.
Right.
So I said, I never read anywhere about your life, and there's just nothing, because he's such a yogi who is living in the physical body last 2000 years. So these are kind of miracles for the physical life manifestations, where people do not believe this kind of concept, and maybe we are out of them until we really come across this kind of experiences. And even my first visit started with this thought, that how a man can live 2000 years. This is all started there.
Beautiful, amazing. And how about your spiritual journey? How did it start?
Yes, that is I think more needed for the people who are watching this, and it become an inspiration. So what I feel is every soul has its own story, and we come down just to experience those stories, to to have the essence out of those stories. We make movies and director just have something in their mind, the visualization, and they want to manifest. So this is how the process which comes through mind, and then the story, and then the manifestation. So this all of us have planned that way. We think that, okay, this is my karma, I want to do this so that it will get clear, or I will get certain kind of learning, and this is how my soul will evolve. So we plan stories. So in this life, my soul also planned the story, and I landed in 2006 in meditation. So before meditation, I can say I belong to very orthodox and very religious Hindu family, where it is taught to me to how to do puja, and the bhakti marga and all sort of things. But I found that even from my childhood I was never connected anywhere, because there was no one to tell the truth or answer my question. So it was just subsided inside and keep doing because the mother is telling. So this so far I have done, I can say the stupidity of my life, which came from the society and from the ignorance also within us. And in 2016 I came into pyramid meditation, watching spiritual reality video, which is there available in YouTube. It is an animation of some 55 minutes, and it is also made under the guidance of Patriji very long back, some around 25 years back.
Oh, very old.
So that
old.
is the video, I think, is running all over the world, and telling about what are the pyramids, how third eye opens, or how to meditate, what happens after meditation. So that I have seen one of my roommate's house, and her mother was pyramid master.
Lovely.
So watching that, I just
You got
started
the
my meditation.
Okay, you got the first inspiration.
Yes.
Right. When you started meditating for the first time, how was the experience?
My first sitting was started, introducing with myself. It is like I was 19-year-old when I entered in meditation. So I thought, okay, I must meditate for 19 to 20 minutes. And still I remember the day, the 24th April 2006. I decided to meditate middle of the night. And the journey of 20 minutes was quite thrilling for me, because I never had those kind of experience before. And I wondered when I did this process, crossing my hands, legs, sitting in meditation. And I wondered that every day we close our eyes. Sometimes unknowingly we just cross the fingers, and many times we connect with the breath. But this all combination we never done. And that's where the magic happens. 15 minutes I observed, how much I think. There is a whole message inside, not the outside. And I was seeking that I want to reduce this traffic of my thoughts and reach somewhere where I can really see what I am. And this is just the thought were coming inside me that time. And last 2 to 3 minutes of time, I could really reach to the thought-free state, very peaceful state where there are no thoughts, and I could see a very bright light coming out of me.
Wow.
And my question, it's automatically programming happens to the mind that, from where it is coming all. So I could hear the answer that this is what your soul is. So that was my first encounter with meditation, which really inspired me that how a light could come, and that light is me, that is my true existence. So I'm just not the body. So that is, I feel that is the first, I can say, the ignorance attack on my mind, where I understood that I'm not body, I'm something more to it.
Right, great thoughts. So you believe that Anapanasati meditation is the most powerful form of meditation, am I right?
Undoubtedly.
Great. So the way you experienced it for the first time, it's really amazing to know that you got such a beautiful experience. Moving ahead, as you said that you've been into puja part, the regular thing that we inherit from our parents, from our grandparents or our families. So how has it been after such a sudden shift from being an orthodox to a spiritual person?
It was like effortless, I can say, because I'm the most happiest person in the world when I came to know, I don't need to do puja. Because what I found is doing puja or mantras and some restriction, religious restrictions, you could not touch anything till you really do puja, or you could not cook till you do puja. So many restrictions in a different family and cultures. But so far when I understood that, I don't need to do puja because I am higher than that state, and I am walking towards the knowledge. Because before I used to read Gita and I don't know what the Krishna is telling. It is just out of, you're just mumbling certain words and you're thinking, I am getting punya. But I found I am getting more problems, and that is not resolving by just reading Bhagavad Gita. So it will resolve only when I am able to understand, this is the Lord Krishna and what message he is trying to give me in that situation. So then it is worth reading Gita, and that is how I can say, yes, this is a punya, because you are able to understand the message of Krishna.
Right, so you mean to say that is not a lip service, it's something to practice, right?
I can say we don't need practice, we just need realization. And my realization is like, I was so happy, it's like removing a big stone from my head, because I don't need those things.
Wonderful. And have you faced any restrictions or any kind of resistance from your family since they've been?
Oh yeah, of course, that is very natural.
So how did you handle that?
Nothing to worry, because never take your family members so seriously. I think most of us do that, and I'm that kind of a person that I really never bother people if I really want to do something. So if I know I should be doing and it is right for me, then it is good to go with me. It doesn't matter what somebody is saying.
Great thoughts, of course. Do you believe in vegetarianism, right?
Yes.
Since you are
Yes.
a
I was a
master.
non-vegetarian.
Is
before.
it?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's very interesting. I would really love to know more about it. How did it, happen from being a non-vegetarian to a hardcore vegetarian? It's really interesting.
I think that is the highlight of my life, because what happens when you get in teenage, basically the period of teenage is highly confusing, and the mind who is trying to explore doesn't understand what is going on inside the people around you. That is where you get issues and you are unable to resolve, okay, this is what is happening and how to see towards it. So this is where you feel unguided, you feel insecure, being even with a number of people, because until and unless you really have a guide, a mentor or a guru in your life, you won't be sure that what actions you are doing or what kind of thoughts you are thinking are right or not. So these things are there, and when I got meditation, I got clarity that this is such a tool, this is such a magical tool, that it will tell you are doing right or not. Because now as a child or in that age, the parents will tell you do this, don't do that, and I know how much pressure is have a +2 students. So this is all because the whole world is there to confuse you, I think. But there are few people, energy people will come on your way and tell you, oh, this is what you see if it suits you. So always listen to those people. I feel those who are not restricting you, and they are just giving their thoughts as per your suggestions that you need some help. So really take those people inside your life, and I feel those really the diamonds in your life, because all over within your family, within your friend circle or a working nature, you will find people who wants to dominate, who wants to really have their own thoughts and you should do this way. So there is a very less space we have in our life to really have the creativity which comes from the soul. And the whole mess we are unable to hear ourselves, and that's why we need meditation. Regarding the non-veg, what I can say is I was really non-vegetarian before I start meditation, and even when I started meditation, I do not know that we should not eat non-veg and all that. So after it's like I started doing my regular 20 minutes meditation, and it's been almost 1 week or 10 days as I was regularly doing meditation, and there was no one so far in my life to tell me something about meditation. It is just that as I said, I watched that spiritual reality video and I started my meditation. So after this 10 days of time, I in a week I used to have at least 2-3 times non-veg in my this food system, and that was I was habituated. So that time I was living in Chennai. Then definitely it's like I can't cook that and I need to go to the restaurant and have. So even if I am alone, I do not have any company, I used to go to the restaurant. And similarly, I was one day alone, nobody accompanied to me to have it. And I went to the restaurant and I ordered and started eating. While I was eating, I could hear actually the voice of crying. And as I am eating, the voice was getting more and more. I started looking around, but nothing I could connect with. And automatically the question arises where this voice is coming off, and I could get the answer that whose body you are eating, that is what me crying. And I got so scared, I left my food there, just paid the amount and ran to my room. And I was talking to my roommate about this experience, that why it is so weird that how that animal could cry, how I can hear that voice. And then she was laughing a lot and she said, such a wonderful experience, you can hear the voice of the animal. Then why it is weird? I said, it is weird because how can I hear it? It never happened before. And I started blaming meditation, because of you taught me meditation, and because of meditation these things are happening. So do I need to continue meditation or not? So she laughed and she said, no Pallavi, I am not the right person to answer you, but you are doing meditation, so why don't you put this question in your meditation? Find your own answer. If you want to continue, why? If not, why? So find your own answer. And I can say that when you are a non-vegetarian, you always carry some kind of argumentative mind. Non-vegetarian people are very argumentative. They always fight, why the whole world is eating and why you are not. So these are very common threads in the non-vegetarian people, and the same I had. But I like the way she suggested me that you meditate and find your own answer. And I did it. I did my meditation, and I could connect with only one truth, that I am doing the worst karma of my life. And that's the reason there is a lot of pain which I am inviting in my life out of nowhere. And if I do not have a power to give life to someone, then I do not have a right even to take someone's life. So it is the worst karma I am performing in my life, and I do not deserve that. If I could not have a compassion towards the innocent animals who could not even speak, then how could I expect humans or my friends or family to love me? So that was the answer which could convince me that if I hope my life to be happy and be surrounded by the loved ones, then I should be having that compassion towards animals. So that's the answer I received deep down in my meditation, which really convinced me, and that day I decided that okay, no more this ignorance going to be in my life. And I left and I shared with my parents. Still nobody could believe me. They saying, no, this is some trend she is getting into and it will vanish within a month or so and she will back to it. And especially my family, they started seeing this transformation in me, how strong I was, that I don't want to eat non-veg, and the way I was talking, the way I was giving them energy in every action. So they could recognize that something is differently happening due to meditation. So yes, the biggest turning point when you leave non-veg in your spiritual journey, I can say that you cannot use the word spiritual for yourself until you really become vegetarian. So do meditation, have this your own answers. Don't believe that if I say be a vegetarian, you have a right to put this question, why should I? So get your own answer, meditate, do anapanasati and find your own answer, that what your soul feels inside, that why you should live non-veg.
Amazing. What difference did you see when you were a non-vegetarian and then from non-vegetarian you became a vegetarian? What difference did you see in your own? The
difference is like from the ground floor to the 100th floor.
Wow.
Are we able to walk this? No, we can't walk these steps. We need lift, and that lift is nothing but meditation.
Yeah.
That is a big difference when you are vegetarian and non-vegetarian. People are eating non-veg and they see and lose their mental health, and especially in Corona time, so many non-vegetarian people, they are attracting Corona in their life. And then they will, what I have done bad in my life, why the God is giving me, why this person died with Corona, what kind of bad karma he has done. So they are able to see everything, but they are not able to see the worst karma which they are performing. So this is the biggest ignorance. So when I have seen the biggest change, that when I left non-veg, I am able to understand people in a better way. I am able to heal myself in a better way. So everything has become so fluent that you don't need much efforts, because what used to happen before is the implementation was very difficult without meditation and with non-vegetarian life. The non-vegetarian people definitely have a great potential, great minds, but their life will be full of hurdles. They will not have more clarity of what they want to do it, but you just live with and you will find everything is same, but now the road is very clear. You know your target, you know your goal, and you know how to go it. If something comes, you know how to resolve it. So there is a peace within you which you gain just by living the non-veg. because we can imagine, I still, because when you start that, for example, 19 years I have eaten non-veg. So it will take me, I don't know how much it may take me to resolve that karma which I have already done. So we have to think in that way, that we want, if whatever happened, it was out of ignorance before, but if you know now, if you are even realizing, then this is the moment, just leave it. Don't think for society, don't think for your family member, because I have seen people who feel it, they want to leave it, but they come across, oh, the doctors are telling to eat the egg, the doctors are telling you should get a high protein through this, or else you will have this disease or that kind of issues. So many people are tangled by that. So my way is looking towards it, that do a doctor is going to save your life if the time comes for you? Is the medicine is going to save you? Nothing. But at least if you have to die, then you will die with peace.
Peace. Very true.
We have to die any moment. Don't get into the fear of death, which Patriji always says. And anything can happen. If death comes, nothing is going to stop it. So the same way, if you leave non-veg, the protein which you are getting through the animal flesh is not going to make you survive. So you are surviving on the basis of the energy, the cosmic energy which you are receiving in your sleep, as you are not meditating. So you receive that in your deep sleep every day. On the basis of that, you are able to do good in your life. Only that, what Patriji or the Gurus brought, the thing is, the energy which you are receiving in your sleeping time, you have that more in your waking state through meditation. Because that energy is not enough. We have a lot of issues, we don't know how to resolve, we don't know how to heal ourselves. Now it's been 17 years for me, so I do not have any hospital bills. It does not mean that I don't come across any kind of health issues. It does not mean that I may not have COVID. But it taught me that the moment I left non-veg, the moment I even left medicines, I become more stronger and stronger. Every time you fight within yourself, and you will find there is nothing outside which can stop you. It is your own self, your own ignorance, which you need to overcome. So as I left medicine, non-veg, and with my practice of meditation, I become more stronger with that. So the more energy you have, now you are bothered about proteins. Now tell me how Babaji is living. He is living in his body last 2000 years, doing so much of spiritual work, awakening so many souls. So do these people bother about proteins? Because our journey coming into meditation is nothing becoming guru for our own self, even for the others. Only when we are able to do good for ourselves.
Very rightly said. Great thoughts, and really wonderful to know that meditation teaches us to be non-violent, and we need to be animal compassionate, and we don't need to fear death. Right?
Yes, yes.
Wonderful, great thoughts. I went in some other world when you're talking about this. I'm looking at this book. This is so attractive. The conversations with Mahavatar Babaji. So how did this thought came in your mind that you have to write this, and why this subject?
Let me tell you, I have not written this book.
Is it?
I have not written this book because the channeling books, you can say I am just a medium.
Oh wow, great thoughts.
It is, the writer can write a book.
Correct. So
I am not a writer.
You don't consider yourself as a writer?
No, I am not, because a writer who are professionally really putting their mind, intellect, making better. So I am not a writer. I am not even an author. But okay, there is no word so far to use in the world of books. So far I consider it as an author, but I take myself as a medium to bring the wisdom of Mahavatar Babaji. And yes, the channeling material is so far is a medium. I am a medium. In the same way that this book is a medium.
Right, of course.
So I have not written the book. It is I can say Babaji made me to write what I have received.
Got it. And how did this idea came for the first time, that now the time has come and now you have to become, let's put it in your words, that you have to become the medium?
Yes, I agree, and it has taken 9 years for Babaji to bring me this stage, to bring me in this acceptance, because I have nature, especially with him, that whatever the message you send, and the first shot I'll reject that, and still I do that. I don't know why. So he says me something and I completely reject. I say no, I'm not going to do this. So he was keep sending me certain thoughts that you start writing, note down your experiences. I used to try few pages, and I used to feel, oh, it is not giving me fulfillment, or maybe there is something I'm missing in it. So there's certain thoughts, and I can call it as my own mind blocks behind those, that I'm unable to put my experiences on paper. I used to get disinterest reading it again. I used to feel, oh no, this is not good. So I never came forward to do this work. And in 2018, when he appeared to me for non-stop 100 days, it was my interaction with him in 2018 for 100 days, which made me convince that what I understood with him is, when you bring your my, then you will have so many conditioning, so many your own thoughts, and you just remove that. If it is not yours, then why you are bothering it? So it is just to give to the people, and you have to work selflessly there. And even the reason I always used to be curious, why Babaji chosen me. I have this, I know my drawbacks, I know what kind of a character I am, what kind of personality I have. So why he chosen me? So at the end of this 100 days, he told me, you have the quality of selflessness, and that's the reason you are able to see me, you are able to do this work, and you have to do, you are the right person to do this. So that is somewhere is convincing for me, for my mind, that yes, I can really go forward with this, and this is not for me, this is for people. So, and his energy, now it's been 2, and the thousands of copies sold all over. So this book is really working miracles, and I feel the fruit for me is when a person comes, read the books, and they share their experience. And many people commented that they got introduced to Patriji through this book.
Wow.
So that is the best comment. The feel is very fulfilling for me personally, that okay, I am doing my bit into this big ocean of Patriji consciousness, reaching people, that yes, people are coming to know him about.
Great.